Hey guys, so the Encon Crompton Greaves has returned, and I think to commemorate its return, I think it needs to prove its mettle against a modern version of it, a Marley leading edge. This little guy isn't exactly modern because it's dated February of 2004, and I have no idea how old this thing is, probably 70s or 80s. But this little guy's been kind of sitting happily on top as one of the strongest fans on the display. So I think it needs to prove itself against its ancestor here. So I'm going to do a little dual demonstration of the two. We'll go through the speeds. I'll try to match them on the controls, and we'll see how each one fares against each other. So let's start off with the Crompton. Here's low. So I've took about 5-10 minutes to adjust the low speed trim on this fan. And I've set it to match the Marley. So hopefully through the speeds, they should be pretty similar. All right. Now the little Marley. So I'll say this now. If I'll do a system of points, this gets 1 point for being quieter. All right, let me do it this way. Thank God for wide-angle lenses. I'm still basically sitting down to get them in frame. They're pretty far apart. I've spaced the two out where I could fit two 56-inch fans beside each other. So it looks like the Marley is still slightly faster. And from air movement, I'm also kind of leaning towards the Marley from this speed. I'll say this, it's much less picky when it comes to the control too, because this little guy has a very strong motor while this one is about average. So I'm going to give it to the Marley on this one. And air movement, well, I won't judge that until they're on high. All right. So we'll give it a quarter turn. I'll just leave it level with the low here. Oh. There we go. That way it gives you an idea of how much I turn it each time. Make sure they're even on the control. So the Crompton is now going much faster, as you can see. So in terms of power, I'm pretty sure the Crompton's going to take it. Ease of installation, well, they're pretty much the exact same. Quality, well, it's going to be hard to make a case for the Marley, I'm going to be honest. That Crompton is all metal, and the fact that it's already still here, and after sitting in a barn most of its life, whereas these tend to seize up just hanging in Home Depot, that definitely goes to the Crompton. But I will say this, the Marley is now the quieter of the two when they're getting going. So let me move it to a medium-ish on the control. That's about where medium sits on these. Yeah, the controls are not branded for either fan. I'm using that Danville control and the can arm control. This one's on the can arm control. So I guess neither of them have an unfair advantage over each other. I can't tell which one is faster. It's really close at this speed. Oh, and in case I didn't mention it yet, this is a 36-inch fan, and this is a 1050 millimeter fan. or in American units, 41.3 inches. I'll tell you what though, from where I'm sitting, about a little ways back from each one and down here, that extra 5 inches isn't making much of a difference. I'm feeling that Marley. I'm still feeling that Marley over the Crompton. I gotta be honest, I'm kind of surprised at that. All right, let me move this up a quarter. We'll do this one up a quarter. Typically when you see these leading edges, well, the big versions, the 48 and 56-inch ones, typically those canopies are yellowed. This one was new in box when I got it, so it's not yellowed yet. And this came as a pair. The other one is with Weave Fire 88. They came out of an agriculture barn. They were caked in just goodness knows what, but they both work and they still run strong. So here's high. Not a drastic change if there was much. That one has a change. This would probably work better if it had one of its own controls or if it was on like a 4 or 5 speed control. But for the sake of this test, it goes to the Marley. It works better with these speed dials. Air movement? Well, it's rather interesting. This has a stronger direct breeze still, but this is doing a better job circulating the air, like it's spreading a bit better. So, whatever one's better, well, that's up to you guys depending on your needs. I like a fan to have a good balance of strong down breeze as well as circulating the air. So in this case, I'm gonna give it to the Crompton. Now, the fun one. Spin down. Ugh. So this Marley is pretty much broken in now since I've taken it out of its box. And the Crompton I've had lubricated and run for a little while so that it should have a good spin down time. Although I'm not sure how well it's going to fare because those are very thin steel blades on that Crompton, whereas the little Marley have those big steel blades. It looks like it's maybe the little Marley that will win this. Not that it matters, because I think at this point, no matter what, the Crompton wins. Just because it's style, well, look at it. That's just cool. Yeah, it wins definitely on style and collectability. Though these aren't too common to find anymore. In my area, I've never seen one this small. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the little Marley. I apologize, I'm getting kind of hungry, so I got a little shake to my camera. I need to have supper. Oh, I might have spoken too soon. That slowed down pretty quick. Oh. Oh gosh, that was so close. I was watching that in person. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's going to be the Crompton again. It won by like a millisecond. Okay, in my testing, I have to come clean here. The Marley typically spun down a little longer, but that was so close. I'm shocked that won. Huh. I guess things do happen different on camera. And 0 to high test. Gee, I wonder which one won. So yeah, I think the winner here was pretty cut and dry. But still pretty cool though. This at least can claim to have a stronger downdraft. And I guess you could consider it more practical, considering it's much newer, so you're much less likely to have crappy bearings or a shot capacitor. Although this is still on its original ones, and it's still silent, as you can hear. Or can't hear. But there you have it. Some dorky, fun little test I decided to try out. So, yeah, there you have it. The Marley 36-inch fan and the Crompton Greaves 41.3-inch fan. Thanks for watching and have a good day.